I have one weakness, and that weakness is Polish food, or in the larger sense, Central European food. Pierogies, borscht, pickles, are you kidding me? Sausages, cured meats, all kinds. I die for them, but I have no idea how to make them personally. So I've enlisted the help of Montreal food writer, internet cooking show host, and minor dictator, Chef Bartek. Bartek Komorowski is a Montreal food writer and connoisseur of Polish cooking. His web videos, under the banner Culinary Propaganda, cast Komorowski in the role of a benevolent Iron Curtain culinary despot. They've gone on to become an internet sensation.
Stab it with a knife.
So I've pledged allegiance to Chef Bartek, willing to follow under his lead. You're going to take me to your kitchen, where I am going to learn from the great chef, Bartek.
That's right. We're gonna make stuff that my mother would fix for dinner.
We will begin immediately.
We're convening at the Culinary Propaganda headquarters, AKA Bartek Komorowski's home kitchen. The inspiration for Culinary Propaganda came from where?
My friends would poke fun at me for being a little bit dictatorial in the kitchen sometimes.
I am wearing the apron of the novice. I have no kitchen skill whatsoever. You can mold me.
We're gonna use the whole beet, both the top and the bottom. So first we're just gonna wash those beets, peel them, dice them. Separate the stalks from the leaves, and we're gonna throw those in as well. Put enough water to cover the beets and the stems. Put it on medium heat, infuse the water to make the broth. They must never boil, however. If you ever let those beets boil, your soup will turn to like a disgusting rusty brown color.
After half an hour, the beets and stems should be soft. Beet leaves are shredded and added.
We want them to wilt slightly, but not completely boiled to death.
Once the soup is cooled and diced, radishes and pickles are added. Chef, how is that?
That'll do. That's adequate.
Better than acceptable. Totally better than acceptable. To finish, a mixture of sour cream and yogurt. And some pickle brine.
Give this soup a little tang. It's my egg torture tool. You know, a dictator has to be able to show an egg who's boss. We're gonna like garnish it with a little bit of egg and put a little bit of chopped chive and, of course, dill.
Summertime in Poland. Even a great dictator needs a breather now and then. Herring canapes and vodka is Bartek's preferred way to unwind.
You know, in Polish, we say the fish must swim.
Okay. The fish must swim.
Yeah.
What's the secret to making pork chops fit for the fearless leader?
I like to brine pork chops, you know, and it just makes them a little more moist, tenderizes them a little bit, and you can also like mildly flavor them that way.
Bathing the chops in a mixture of water, salt, sugar, garlic, bay leaves, coriander seeds, pepper, and allspice. Only then can these fine chops make it to the pan.
So my grandmother told me to fry pork chops in a mixture of olive oil and butter, and I have to admit it is quite delicious. And now they're going in the pan. It's like a pork chop yin-yang. Roughly about 5 minutes per side for a chopped bistek.
Okay.
Just gonna, oh yeah, look at that, nice browning. That's what we want to see. So I'm just putting a slice of cheese on each pork chop and then a slice of tomato. Now I'm just gonna cover it, let the cheese melt. If I press down and I lift my finger up and it follows my finger, if it's nice and springy, that means it's ready. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Now you know how to finger a pork chop.
This little thing right here, nature's meat thermometer.
And anytime you cook a chunk of meat, you should let it rest a few minutes before biting into it.
Let's dig in here. Oh, that's fantastic. Dill is a wonderful thing because it can turn anything into summer. You close your eyes and you put dill on something, all of a sudden you're in summer. Thank you. It almost seems a little bit strange to be served by the chef himself. Feels like I should be serving you, don't you think?
So now as a young growing boy, you need a little bit of potato.
And this pork is delicious. So on a scale of 1 to 5, how did I do as a pupil today?
I'd give you a 4.
Well, that's a pretty ringing endorsement. I feel like I could go into any kitchen in the city and say, Chef Bartek, give me...
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Well, I'm here in Chef Bartek's kitchen eating Chef Bartek's pork and feeling great about it. 4 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much.
Obedience will be rewarded.